One of the most difficult things you can do in life is follow your gut, your heart, spirit, God, whatever you want to say or whatever you believe, but you follow something that goes against the grain. Think it'll make it harder though, and I believe it's one of the most difficult things to do is when the grain happens to be religious dogma. See, religion, spirituality is a very personal thing. I like poking the bear. I question it, and I don't question it because I'm saying you're wrong. And I have probably have one of the most bipolar social media accounts because I half the people are full of hate and rage, and half the people are full of inspiration and love what I'm saying. And it's a mix between their belief system. I mean, I get just as many full-hearted Christians that love as much as I get full-hearted Christians that hate. And I'm not angry with those that are hate. Those that are they're just being ugly. And they've gotten pretty diggum ugly. I'm sad for them. They don't understand my purpose. They believe that what I'm trying to do is cause division or try to say they're wrong in some way. That it's not true. Even though I consistently say I'm not telling you that it's wrong or right, that it's the truth or it's not the truth. I'm merely asking questions. Well, you got to understand my purpose. My purpose is I don't believe you truly can have faith in anything unless you're willing to scrutinize it, to test it, to push it to its limits. Otherwise, you're not having faith, you're having fear. And them are two totally different things. In fact, I would say they're the opposite. I've seen a lot of people that are diehard Christians, but they talk about hell all the time. And I've had several of them say, "Well, I'd rather believe and be wrong and not go to hell, or than to not believe and be wrong and go to hell." And and that just seems counterproductive, an oxymoron. It's against what Jesus himself said, what he taught. But I get a lot of hate from people because I do question things. I ask the hard, difficult questions, the things that people don't want to ask. I'm like, well, why is this right? Why do you trust this thing? Faith in any religious manner, if you were to follow that religion, you have to have faith in man. And it's amazing how many people say, I only have faith in Jesus Christ. Well, how do you even know about Jesus Christ? Through man. You have faith in the Bible. Well, you had to have faith that these people were completely honest and actually were having an experience with God. And that you have to have faith that they translated their experience properly onto paper. And then you have to have faith in the politics and everything behind putting the Bible together, because the Bible has been changed a lot. And people love to bring out that the Galatians uh, clause in the Bible that says that if anybody preaches a different gospel, let them be accursed. And even if an angel from heaven comes down and tells you something different than what the Bible says, then they're wrong. You know, I had more belief in the Bible before I read that. Once I read that, that was that told me, wait, they don't want you to question anything. They want you to wholeheartedly believe what they're saying. Well, I've been around liars most of my life. manipulators, narcissists, people that want control. And anybody that wants to have control over you says, don't listen to these people. Don't listen to anybody besides me. I have all the answers. Well, that's a dead giveaway. That means question. Anytime somebody tells you not to question things, you question it. And what's ironic about that is I've seen these people's posts when it comes to politics and the things you're not supposed to talk about on YouTube. They're saying to question it. They say, "Oh, we definitely don't trust it because they won't question. They won't let you ask questions about it." I don't trust this person, this person. I don't trust the government. But you trust the government from 500 years ago, from 1,000 years ago, from 2,000 years ago. You trust the church from then, from times when you would get burnt at the stake for speaking a prayer in the wrong language, and you have complete faith in a book that didn't take in considerations the idioms of the Aramaic culture or anything, which completely change everything that you think you know. But again, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying any of it's wrong. I don't know. I'm not God, but my faith is completely firm. It's completely strong. I don't mind looking at my foundation. Most people cannot handle looking at their foundation because most people can't handle being wrong. And I can understand that. I can empathize with that because you spent your whole life judging people, judging yourself, living under these laws, and telling people how much this means to you. And you put your heart and your soul and everything into this belief system that if you were to find cracks in it, your whole foundation goes away. So you believe. But if you fill these cracks with truth and you're willing to change, because changing and growing is part of the process. You don't start out knowing everything. If you're unwilling to change and to adapt, then you're unwilling to learn and to accept truth. You're not a truth seeker. You're simply looking for confirmation through documentation. I'm a truth seeker. I want to know truth. And I understand there's a lot of things you will never get to the truth in this lifetime. So you have to rely on faith. And if your faith says you're a Muslim, okay. As long as you're not hurting anybody, that's fine. If your faith says you're a Christian, okay. As long as you're not hurting somebody. But you shouldn't hate other people because they don't have the same faith as you, because they didn't grow up the way you did. They didn't have the experiences that you did. They might not trust as easily as you do. How can you hate somebody? How can you be so hateful? How can you hate somebody and call it love? Oh, if you truly love somebody, then you would save them from the pits of hell. What if everybody from every faith believed that? We would all be at war. I mean, if you say that, then what if a Muslim comes to you and says, if I truly love you, I will make sure that you convert to Islam? Would you be as willing to change and to listen to them? No, you wouldn't. If you truly have faith in what you say you have faith in, allow people to ask questions. Allow people to think through something. Because when you don't allow people to do that, you're telling them that you don't actually have faith, that you would rather say you know than to actually know. You don't want to have the answers. You want to give an answer. Doesn't matter what it is, because you say you're telling the truth. You say what you say is the most honest thing and the most accurate thing. But there's almost 8 billion people in this world. There's 34,000 different denominations of Christianity alone. And every one of them thinks that they have the answers. And yet they're at least a little different than the other denominations. So the answer's changed. Who's right? If we start questioning our faith, we start learning to empathize with other people. We start learning to love others. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, is loving people, is being there for them. I have people sending me messages that hurt. And it only hurts because I consider them friends. Sending me messages telling me that I need to change, that I'm being hateful and angry. And I'm not angry. I'm not angry at all. I'm sad because it is sad to me that people have to live in this fear of judgment. This fear that if they don't follow the crowd, they're going to be ostracized. And so they can't ask questions. I have so many people, every church I've gone to, I had so many people secretly tell me what they actually believe and what they question, but they won't tell anybody else because they know I won't judge them for it. It's sad that they can't tell anybody else, that they can't talk about it. So you get these pastors, these preachers, these religious zealots thinking they are so right because nobody questions them. And they don't question themselves. Start truly having faith and question it. So you will know whether you truly believe that or whether you're just scared that you might be wrong. Stay in peace. Stay in love. Hey guys, I want to personally thank everyone for liking and sharing my videos. Uh, if you want to continue to see my content, all you got to do is press that subscribe button and I'll notify you as soon as a new video comes out. I don't get paid for any of this. So if you want to buy some of my merch, like my shirts, like Jesus is a Badass or my Don't Be a Dick shirt, you can easily go to my merch store, which is at sogtv.org, which I will have it in the description at every video. So push that, go buy yourself a shirt. I appreciate it. Have a blessed day, and I will see you at the next episode. Thank you.